Guys, it's Carrie. How you guys doing? So hey, this is my absolutely very first video. Absolute very first video, not absolutely. So I thought I would come on and show you my journaling process, maybe tell you a little bit about myself. So this is just my third journal that I've ever done. I've always been one of those people who started a journal and wrote and then would never really finish anything because I just didn't like it. I could never get in the headspace, I guess, to put things on paper. I was always afraid people would read it and judge me. Now I am 50 years old and I don't give a shit what people think. So I started watching some YouTube videos and I found Lindsay Kaba, and I will link her video down in the description. And I really liked the way that she journaled, and so I kind of took my cue from her. So anyway, this is just one of the pages that I worked on last night, and then we had Einstein Brothers bagels today. My wife is going through cancer treatments, and so I took her to radiation this morning, and then we picked up some breakfast on the way home. I really couldn't tell you where I get all my stickers and stuff specifically because I just find bargains, and I do a lot of magazine cutouts, stickers, washi tapes, you name it. So I'm flipping through kind of quick because some of the stuff that I put in here is pretty personal, so I don't share a lot of my writing. I do have an Instagram, which I'll link down below, that I post pictures to when I finish spreads. So anyway, I'll just ramble while I work on a new spread. So a little bit about me. I am 50 years old, and like I said, I got into journaling because I am one big anxious ball of fire most of the time. And so it's just something that relaxes me and keeps me going. So, like I said, I use magazine cutouts. Let's see what I got here. And my little box of goodies. I wanted to see if this would fit. Maybe. My wife and I have been together for 20 years. And when we got together, she already had a son. And he was 6 years old. And now he's 26, getting ready to be 27. So I've pretty much been step monster his entire life. And we have a lot of fun. We love to go fishing, and we love to play on the computers and just really just hang out. We're kind of homebodies. We don't really go out a whole lot or do a whole lot. She's 6 years older than I am. Not that that means that she's like too old to do anything. It's just that we both enjoy each other's company and like hanging out. She works for a painting company as their office manager, and right now she's kind of working from home and kind of on unemployment and kind of just doing a little bit of both. Like I said, she's going through cancer treatments, and so there's not a lot of working happening. She's been a little bit sick, so that's kind of hard, but she's the love of my life, and I like taking care of her. So anyway, my son and his girlfriend, they're not married, but they may as well be. They have two little girls. One of the little girls is from her previous, and then they have one together. And there's no such thing as step in my family, so she is our granddaughter as well. One is 4 and one is 2, so they are definitely little pistols. It's been rough during this time because of the social distancing, so we don't get to see them a whole lot, but occasionally they'll pop by and they'll be in their vehicle, and so we just pop over close enough to see them and make them smile and let them know that they're loved. So mostly on my pages you can see that I put just little things. This was the Stand Up to Cancer thing that I found in a magazine. I'm big on magazines, and yes, I am a lesbian, but this man, yep, he trips my trigger. He's pretty cute. So anyway, I just mostly do little things. This was Mother's Day, and so we got Mother's Day presents, so I had to put those in here. Anxiety, my life. This is Irk. He's my little monster for for this journal. I got this idea from Nan Banana Journal. Let's see. Nana Ban Journals on Instagram. And that's me with my mask. So, yeah, this journal I started May 2nd. But anyway, so I just like to stick stuff in and then write around it. And sometimes I draw. I drew this little illustration. We've got a hummingbird feeder in our backyard, and I've been enjoying watching the hummingbirds. So sometimes I draw, sometimes I glue in stuff, sometimes I use stickers, sometimes I just make a border and call it good. I do art journaling, mixed media. I haven't done a lot of that in a while. I've been mostly spending my effort journaling. I watch a lot of YouTube journaling videos, and so I get a lot of inspiration and ideas from them. And I know a lot of people are kind of going through a funk right now because of this COVID virus pandemic bullshit. Being stuck at home. I'm such a homebody anyway, but being forced to stay home, you know, the little rebel in me wants to just say F you and do what I want. But the big brain in me, the smart brain in me says, no, you have to stay home and you have to be good. You have to be safe. You have a wife with a very compromised immune system. And so you better keep your booty at home. So what can I add to this to spice it up a bit? I don't know. Just trying to find a marker that matches, or, you know, complements or contrasts, or I don't even care if it matches really. Let's do green, just because why not green? Actually, I think I have a better idea. So, oh, sorry, I might have just bumped that out of frame. I'll do smiles along the border here, since the bottom says smiles. I'll turn it. I hope you guys can still see this. Can I talk and draw at the same time? It's not appearing that I can. So, I work from home. Currently, I am a host home provider for individuals with special needs. Right at this moment, though, we don't have anybody living with us. So far, we've had 2 different individuals at different times that have stayed here. And it's a lot of fun and it's super rewarding. I have a master's degree in applied behavior analysis with an emphasis on autism. That may mean absolutely nothing to some of you, but basically it's a glorified way of saying that I specialize in behaviors. I am absolutely in love with individuals with special needs, especially those with autism. It's been a passion of mine for a super long time. And so we decided to open our home and invite those guys to live with us. So obviously it's only one individual at a time. We don't really have the space for more than one. You know, I'd take everybody home if I could. But sometimes things don't work out and they move on and go a different direction, which is fine. They are all over the age of 18 years old. So, you know how young people are. They sometimes think the grass is greener. But for the most part, I won't talk about the individuals specifically due to their privacy. But I may mention from time to time about an individual or that we have a new individual living with us. But other than that, it's pretty, we keep it private for them, just like we would want our own information private. So, I've been a lot of things in my life. I kind of never really could decide what I wanted to be when I grow up. And, I don't think I'll ever grow up specifically, but I've worked at call centers, I've worked at fast food joints, I've done a gamut of things, but I finally finished up my bachelor's degree in psychology, and then I went on to get my master's, and then I got a teaching certificate. So I was teaching at a local high school in a classroom for individuals with autism, and that was a lot of fun. But I did figure out that teaching wasn't for me. I'd much rather hang out with these guys and help them with, daily living activities and learning how to cope with life and, just having fun versus math and reading and writing and history and yeah. So anyway, I started working for a local company that works with individuals with special needs, and I was in their behavior department for a while, and then I decided that I would rather have somebody come live with me. So that's my job. And I'm just waiting now for another person that might need a home. So anyway, that's kind of it about me. I don't even know how long this video is so far. I have no concept of time, especially now. Goodness, we have spent so much time in the house that I don't even know what day it is. I just recently got a new watch that has the day of the week on it, just specifically so I'd know what day it is. I don't even know. I'm looking in my washi stash to see. I'm a little obsessed with washi tape. I just bought a new one yesterday, and there it is. Can't seem to find it. This will be in honor of Lindsay Cava and her rainbows. Um, that woman would use rainbows for toilet paper, I think, if she could. Sorry, Linz. Hope that wasn't offensive. I just know your obsession. All right, my ruler's around here somewhere. Oh, gotta rip it off. I don't do anything straight, so this includes putting washing on, and obviously I can't tear anything straight either. So you'll get used to my little quirks and stuff. Hopefully this is all in frame. I'm gonna be very upset if it isn't. Be interesting to watch if it wasn't. Just hear me ramble and see nothing. So leave me comments and subscribe and all that jazz that YouTube people say to do. Obviously, I am not in this for the money. I'm in it because watching people journal makes me happy, or prep their journals, and I know that other people like to watch videos and get ideas. I have a whole little studio here in my garage that I have all kinds of art supplies, but mostly I like free stuff. I like finding things in magazines and newspapers, and I have a printer, but it's put in my shed, and I really need to get it out because I say a lot. I'm gonna have to work on that. Sorry, guys. I want to print pictures as well. So I've gone wild. I think I have kind of gone wild. And I'm also obsessed with sunflowers. I don't think I'm going to put that on this page, though, because it's kind of rainbowy, and my sunflower isn't rainbowy. I am obsessed with sunflowers. I'm obsessed with elephants. I'm obsessed with owls. Even though I am a part of the LGBTQT LMNOP group of people, I'm not obsessed with rainbows. I don't, I love them. I love color. But it doesn't, I don't feel like being a lesbian defines me, I guess. I just happen to be one, and pretty much the same as everybody else. And like I said in the beginning, I don't care what people think of me. That's taken a long time to happen. Like I said, I'm 50, and I never thought I would get to this point. Just gonna do a little border on here, I think, instead of trying to be super sticker. This just gives me more places to write. I do write a lot. I've been enjoying seeing people do their, I guess, their dailies, where they decorate for each day kind of based on what they've done. I don't know that I could keep up with that. I'm a pretty regular journaler. I pretty much journal every day, but I don't know that I could commit to it, and then it would just make my OCD go nuts, because I would feel like I would have to be journaling something every single day about that specific day. And right now, especially, I don't have a whole lot going on every day to be able to come up with specific stickers and, I don't know, things like that to put in about that day. So a lot of my stuff that I write about is pretty random. And so I just write what's on my mind. Sometimes I write just about what I did that day, which is kind of what those dailies are. But I like to plan. I like to do my pages ahead of time, as you can see. And so, I was just fortunate that there was a spot on this page for the Einstein Brothers bagels, and like even on this one, you can see. I don't think I have a whole lot of too personal information on here, but this day I had pre-decorated, and so I have all these little paintbrushes and pencils and, just little artsy fartsy doodly things, and it turned out that this was the last day of Robin's chemo, and so I was able to print out the little pictures to put in. It's pretty sweet. They have this little bell that they get to ring when they're done with chemo. So, anyway, that is, it's pretty special. So it went in there, and it went on the page on the day that it happened. But there's sometimes where we went to Las Vegas last year, and we went in December to Las Vegas, and I didn't even put the pictures in my journal until, I don't know, let me grab it real quick, it's handy here. This was my last journal. Yeah, here's the Vegas pictures, and so that was, this journal entry was April 13th, and so I did it, shortly around there, so it was kind of, oh, and also this was her first chemo treatment on the 13th, so I just stuck this in after, so yeah, sometimes I don't get around to even putting the pictures in until later. Boy, that was a fun trip. That was the first time we ever went together to Vegas, so that was fun. And the journal that I'm using, my first journal was a Leuchtturm. This is from Hustle Company. I ordered it off of Amazon. The cover it's a hard cover, but it's really a soft, like, I don't know, faux leatherish, I don't know. And then I just put this, I found it in a magazine, and then I wrote Inner Hippie. And so this one was from October 28th of 2019 to May 1st of 2020. And like I said, this is only the third journal that I've ever, that I ever intend on filling. I glued the pages together. Well, I didn't. And then, Lindsay, she glues her pages together, and I thought, I like to use Sharpies and stuff, and they bleed through so bad. Like right here, this is even with the pages glued. I got a little heavy-handed right there, and so it bled through. I don't care, but I want to use Sharpies, and had these not been glued together, the whole thing would have been bled through. And so it's just, I like to use watercolor. I haven't used much watercolor. Maybe we'll do that one day while I'm hanging out and talking with you guys. So anyway, I just kind of want to come on, give a little bit of an introduction, show you how I decorate a couple pages, and hopefully start to get to know you guys too. Please leave questions or things you want to know about me, or things, just anything, down in the comments below, and I will talk to you guys soon. Peace.